And he that shall swear by heaven, swear by the throne of God.
Right. If you swear by heaven, you swear to the throne of God, and that's a sin. That's in the law. And so that's what these churches got everybody doing. They going up to the altar and they swearing
on the altar.
Right, they swearing by the altar. They swearing on the altars.
And the altars, when you swear by something, like an altar or a statue, something like that, that's called a false idol. Right. You worshiping idols. Which one's that? That's the second commandment.
Right, and that's why. Right now that you said that, that's why the when you read in the Old Testament, I'm gonna stop saying Old Testament. When you read in the laws, the priests or the kings, they would, first thing they do, they'd tear down the groves and they'd tear down those altars. Mm-hmm. Those altars was go by those churches because they used to worship idols at the altars, like he just said. That's their idolatry. That's their other form of worship. Mm-hmm. And all of that is pushed out in these churches. That's why we're here today, to break down the lies of the church.
Right.
Yeah, bring some on.
There's James 5:12. Mm-hmm. But above all things, my brethren, swear not neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath.
Right.
But let your yea be yea, and your nay nay, lest ye fall into condemnation.
Right. So the Lord said, let your yes be yes and your no be no. There's no need to swear. So they have you going up there
condemning yourself.
Exactly. Condemning yourself on them altars. Saying Jesus over and over.
Why you think in Congress, when they do their votes, they say yay, yay, nay, nay? Exactly. Why you think when you go to court, the judge want to hear either yay, yay, or nay, nay, or yes or no, and he don't want to hear any other word beside that? I got cursed out 2 times in court because of that. Yep. He said it's either yes or no. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with him?
Right, even the court system is, they got that, the judges and all that, they got that from the scriptures. Yeah. That's why they do that.
Even in the military, it's either yes sir or no sir.
Right, they get that right out the Bible.
Right. So you going off of you going to them temples, and you basically laying yourself down as if you was on a cross, crying and so-called crying and praying to the Father. Okay? Keep going with that. How far, where you at now?
22.
I think they go to
22.
Okay.
And he that shall swear by heaven sweareth by the throne of God, and by him that sitteth thereon.
Right. Okay. Give me Acts 17:24. To why you get Hebrews 9:24.
Acts 17:24.
Right.
God that made the world.
Now all these is precepts. This is the main topic. Why we supposed to use precepts, so you can get a full understanding of the scriptures and what's going on. Why we're not supposed to be in the churches. That's the precepts we're giving out. Go ahead.
God that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth,
right,
dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Right, so he just said, not in temples made with hands. How do you make those buildings? You make them with the masons. The masons use the bricklayers and the glue and all that, whatever they used to build the temples. Go ahead.
Neither is worship with men's hands.
Right, neither is worship with man's hands. And this is the worship of man's hands, what they got proclaimed in that church. And that goes back to Greek mythology and furthermore, Egyptology. That's why they got us doing that.
This is page 18 of Pagan Christianity. Following his conversion to Christianity, Constantine never abandoned sun worship. Right. He kept the sun on his coins, and he set abandoned sun worship, and he kept the suns on his coins, and he set up a statue of sun god that bore his own image of the form of Constantinople. Constantine also built a statue of his mother goddess Cybele, and he presented her in a posture of Christian prayer. And that's this is Constantine's mother. He erected his mother as in the reincarnation of Cybele, the goddess of
the Queen of Heaven.
Queen of Heaven, basically.
Right.
Yes.
But the
Greek
focus,
version of the Queen of Heaven.
So you want to draw off it. The focus on that is the last part they spoke of in that book, and he had her symbolized as the Christian prayer, meaning she had her hands in the prayer form.
Right. Does that go more than that?
No, that's it.
Didn't it say it up in the thing there?
Oh yeah, the ritual and the prayer hands are symbolism of a ritual. The ritual to sacrifice cats, dogs, and other felines like lions and tigers.
Right.
Forget it. That's
Well,
some-
yeah, like you said, so what they do when they go sacrifice their animals or whatever they doing, they pray like this. They put their hands together, and pray like this,
Right.
and that goes back to the worship of Queen of Heaven.
They
That's
don't
why all
have
these
nothing to
women
do
now
with
today
faith.
got that woman vibration, and all the women getting tattoos with the prayer hands.
Mhm.
Fucking men too.
hanging the prayer
Right,
hands
and
up
exactly,
on
and the
their
man
walls.
is too.
My auntie got a portrait, a brass portrait of prayer hands hanging up in her kitchen.
Yeah, a lot of the
Yeah.
women got that because it's giving off that Queen of Heaven,
Queen of Heaven.
Queen of the Underworld, Queen Mother Earth, Queen
Sympathy.
Mary.
Right,
That's why you see a lot of women with it. It's
exactly.
that same vibration.
Right. That's why the Lord said, "Don't go into them churches, because once you start going into them churches, this is what you're gonna get out of."
And that's
You
why they
really-
say you man is quiet as a church mouse.
Right. You're really condemning yourself with all these idolatry symbols and worships, and you don't even know it.
You got that scripture out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Hebrews 9:24.
Mm-hmm.
For Christ is not entered into the
Except
holy
for-
places made with hands,
Right.
which are the figures of the true.
Right. They're the figures, meaning they're the copies of the true. What's the true place of worship? I mean, what's the true holy temple? Yourself, the body. Those,
Right.
those temples is portrayed as a figure of it. So you go in there worshiping, basically idolatry, being full.
And we're going to prove that too.
Right.
But into heaven itself,
Mhm.
now to appear in the presence of God for us.
Right, because he went to his father and sat on the right hand side. Everybody know that story in church.
Acts 7:48.
Acts 7:48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands,
Right,
as
now
saith
this
the
is-
prophet.
So like, now this is another precept that we've been going over, that the Lord does not deal with these temples. He don't deal with us going in these buildings.
He don't deal with the buildings. He don't deal with altar. He don't deal with man saying this the house of the Lord.
Okay.
He don't deal with what
Prayer.
else?
The prayer hands.
Yeah, the prayer hands. And he don't deal with the building. We done gave you verse after verse on this.
Okay.
Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool.
Right.
What house will ye build me, saith the Lord? Or what is my place of rest? Hath my hand made all the have not my hand made all these things?
Right. So the Lord made the whole world, the universe. How can you say He's in this specific place? That's why the churches always say, "The temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord." But He's telling you, basically, to hell with that so-called temple of the Lord. Go ahead. Yes.
Which the prophets have like ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears. Ye do always resist the Holy Ghost.
Right, the Holy Ghost is the spirit of truth. You stiff
And
neck, uncircumcised heart and ears, because even though we're gonna give you these scriptures,
You
and
still
just
can
went
go to
over
goddamn church and say, oh, he was talking to them in that time.
exactly, or we should do it for a place of worship. Because I ain't got plenty of people to come to me and say that after I gave them these precepts, well, that's just a place of worship. Where else we supposed to go?
Me, motherfucker, you
Right.
looking at me. You supposed to be trying to figure out how you gonna get up with me,
Ye do always resist the Holy Ghost.
which is the spirit of truth, and we broke that down earlier in the documents.
As your fathers did, so do ye.
Right, same people reincarnated doing the same thing now today. Okay, now we're gonna go on 1 Corinthians 3 and 9. And whoever get that jump.
Because if he ain't in the building, let's find out where he at.
This
That's
is
the
1
point.
Corinthians.
You got 3 and 9?
Yeah.
And then you just jump to 16 and 17. To why get Hebrews 3 and 6. Right, because like you said, if you're not in the building, then where is this place? Go ahead.
Where's the worship of the Lord at?
This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 9. For we are laborers together with God.
Right, we laboring right now. The men of the Lord.
Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's building.
Right, ye are God's building. The men, the blacks, Latins, Native Indians who on this sign is the temple, is the building of the Most High. That's it.
This is verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God,
Right, saying, don't you know you're the temple of the Lord? Go ahead.
and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God,
Right.
him shall God destroy.
Right. So if you putting all these poisonous chemicals in your body, if you smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, what else?
Eating
Pill
pork.
popping, eating pork, eating catfish, all that. That's destroying the temple of the Lord. Because the Lord sanctified that temple, which He sanctified His holy, righteous people. Go ahead.
Him shall God destroy.
Right, you're gonna be destroyed.
For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
Right. The blacks, Latin, Native Indians is the righteous, holy people out the Bible. We the holy temple. That's it.
This is Hebrews 3:6. But Christ